Sitting at the kitchen table, Mom yelled, "Get out and don't even think about coming back." I picked up my keys and left. 3 weeks later, Dad called, confused about why the mortgage was frozen. There are moments in life that just rip the rug out from under you. Moments that redefine everything you thought you knew. For me, it was the day my own mother looked me dead in the eyes across our kitchen table and snarled, "Get out and don't bother coming back." The shock was so profound it froze me in place for what felt like an eternity. I just grabbed my keys and walked out, completely oblivious that my entire world was about to unravel in just 3 short weeks. It feels like a lifetime ago, but just 8 weeks before that terrifying moment, I was walking across a stage, diploma in hand, feeling like the world was full of endless possibilities. My business degree had been a grueling 4 years of late nights, endless part-time jobs, and more instant ramen than I care to admit. My dad, Gregory, he was beaming from the audience, whistling so loud it made everyone in our row laugh. My mom, Pamela, she sat right beside him, smiling politely, but I caught her checking her watch more than once. And, honestly, that pretty much summed up our relationship. Dad was my biggest cheerleader, always ready with a corny dad joke or a shoulder to cry on. Mom? She was complicated. Growing up, she was the disciplinarian, the one who pushed me for perfect grades, the right extracurriculars. Nothing was ever quite good enough. On a roll? Why wasn't I valedictorian? Second place in a debate? Why not first? Still, I thought we had a decent relationship. Not warm and fuzzy, but functional. After graduation, moving back home temporarily just seemed like the smart thing to do. The job market was brutal, and I figured I could save up for 6 months or so before getting my own place. Dad was thrilled. "Stay as long as you need, kiddo," he'd said, helping me carry boxes up to my childhood bedroom, still with those lavender walls I'd picked out at 14. I really tried to be a good house guest. Every morning, I'd wake up early to make coffee before Dad left for his insurance job. I'd clean up, do extra chores, and cook dinner at least 3 nights a week. Mom would come home from her administrative job at the hospital, looking exhausted, and I genuinely hoped my help would ease some of her stress. Then, 2 weeks after moving back, I landed an interview at Wholesome Financial, a really respected firm in town. It went surprisingly well, and they offered me a position on the spot. The salary was better than I'd expected for an entry-level role, and they even offered partial tuition reimbursement if I wanted to pursue my MBA. The only catch was they needed me to start in 3 weeks, not immediately, as they were finishing a system transition. That evening, I bought a celebration cake. Dad popped open a bottle of champagne he'd been saving. And for once, even Mom seemed genuinely happy for me. She asked about the benefits, seemed impressed by my answers. "Well, it seems like all those tuition payments finally paid off," she said, which, coming from her, was practically a standing ovation. We had a family dinner that felt like old times, before the tension had slowly crept into our household. Dad told stories about his first job, and Mom actually laughed at his jokes. I felt the surge of hope that maybe, just maybe, this new chapter would actually improve things between us. During those 3 weeks before my job started, I tried to make myself indispensable around the house. When Dad mentioned they were having trouble with their online banking, I spent an entire afternoon showing him and Mom how to set everything up. They weren't exactly tech-savvy, so I patiently walked them through creating secure passwords and navigating the bank's website. Full story on channel, link below. Watch what happened next.